Love me some Strike Force. What's going on, everyone? Back with another episode of Stuff and Things. My plans this past weekend kind of went awry. I promised some things in previous videos on Patreon, Twitter, Instagram. I had a lot of filming planned for last weekend, but I'll get into that a little more later. I gotta stick with my one video a week uploads, and I really don't have anything going on, so today we're gonna do a mini mail time. I'm gonna open some of these things up and then also let you know what went wrong last weekend and then how that's gonna be fixed this coming weekend. So first up, we got a package from Trayvax. Trayvax is always coming out with new stuff. Use their stuff all the time, and it looks like we got something pretty cool that some of you guys may have asked for in the past. Not one, but two new Trayvax cinch belts. I'm not even wearing a belt right now, so hold on a second. There we go, Trayvax cinch belt. This is the original, and these two, however, are new. We got one traditional style looking belt, just like the one that I'm wearing now, in black, and then we also have this one in brown with like almost like a flat dark earth type of color for the buckle. If you haven't seen my review of these belts, check it out right up here in the corner. I wore this original Trayvax cinch a lot, all the time. Highly recommend it. Anyone who went out and bought one, they seem to like them as well. It's just super simple, minimal, really thin style buckle, held up my pants and everything that I carry in my pants on a daily basis. Now what's different about these new ones is that the original one was only one single piece of nylon, whereas this is two pieces of nylon. It looks like it's double stitched around the whole thing, which means the belt buckle is obviously not replaceable anymore. This is a lot more marketed towards people who do carry firearms on a daily basis, or who just weren't sure that the cinch with one single piece of nylon like this was enough to hold up your pants and everything else that you have going on. Just put this on, but I'll take it off for comparison. This is the original one, single piece of nylon, and this is the new one with the double webbing. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think this new one might be just a tad bit thicker. The finish on it does look a little bit different as well. I believe it's still some kind of aluminum that's anodized black. Try this thing on for size, and this one fits pretty damn well, almost exactly like the original. Now they did send me one of these belts in the past, and I was wearing it for a week or two, but the reason I didn't show you guys on camera is because I got the wrong size. I normally wear a pant size like a 32, 33, but if you want to get a belt that's definitely going to fit, I would recommend going up just a little bit on the size. Since this is only nylon, you could really take a pair of scissors or a knife, cut the end the same way if you have any extra that hangs off, melt any fraying ends with a lighter, and it's going to look pretty much exactly the same. They even went out of their way and laser etched my logo onto this one. Just like my contour that I carry every day, that is a really cool touch. This is a one of one, and maybe if you're a skinnier guy, I will give this one away. Like I said, I'm a 32, 33 waist, and there was only about that much hanging out. I, however, prefer a little bit longer of a tail. That way I can kind of tension this thing down, especially when I'm carrying a gun up front. Speaking of that, I might as well throw my gun on since it is a gun belt. QVO Wingman appendix rig goes right up front. With a 2-clip style holster like this, on the right side I'm just going over one piece of nylon like the original belt, and then on this side I'm actually going over 3. But since it's so slim, it really doesn't cause an issue. I'd say with the 3 pieces stacked up, it's about the size of like 1 1/4 leather belts, so no problems on fitment there. Now with that little extra tail, it obviously gives me more room to carry a gun in here, which is like maybe a little bit over 1 inch thick. And boom, you guys asked for a Trayvax gun belt and they delivered. So if you guys liked the cinch, if you have one of these or you were thinking about getting one of these and you do carry a gun, maybe you could upgrade to this or just try one out for the first time. There's obviously gonna be different colors. I'm not sure how many or when these are gonna hit their site, but it should be hopefully pretty soon. So that's it for the belts, but we also have something else from Trayvax. I have never even seen pictures of this, so I'm not sure what it's gonna look like, but I think I do know what it is. Got the typical Trayvax note included in here. If you've never read this, it's like their little mission statement. You might want to pause the video and check it out. It's a really cool company. So this is their leather passport wallet. I was supposed to pick up my passport last weekend, but since things got kind of jumbled, I never got it, so I'll have to do a video on this in the future. It seems to be made out of the same leather, actually maybe even a little bit nicer version of the leather that you found on their Summit notebook. The passport would slip in on this side. You got this side for receipts or other papers, and then IDs, credit cards, anything like that. So if you want to carry your passport around all the time, this might be a good option if you're traveling out of the country, you have your passport on you, and you don't want to carry another wallet other than that. It's got a nice version of their logo embossed on the front there. Really minimal design, but I think if you do carry a passport and this thing gets some wear on it, this would look pretty damn cool. So once I finally make it to where I was intended on going, I'm gonna throw my passport in here and then maybe I'll bring you guys a video on this in the future. If you wanna check out any of these new products, a link to their website is obviously gonna be in the description down below, and there's also a discount code to save 10% off anything that you order. It's obvious that I've sworn by their products for a long time, been using the belt, wallets, the link, pretty much anything that Trayvax comes out with, I'm gonna be interested in, so hopefully they keep innovating and coming out with new things all the time. Thanks to everyone at Trayvax. Now moving on to something a little bit different. All right, this one I already opened the box on because I really wasn't sure what to expect and I wanted to have at least a little bit of an impression about what I was gonna show you guys. So here is an electric skateboard. I'm putting that in quotes because that is the most generic term for what this is. It's pretty obvious from the packaging that it does come from China, so this is a Chinese electric skateboard, and you may have seen this design before. Wireless remote control, 18.8 miles per hour top speed, climb hills from 15 to 25% gradients, and a 15-mile range. If that lives up to those specs, I'm gonna be pretty surprised. I guess this will come in two models, 1800 watt dual motor and a 900 watt single motor. I'm pretty sure this is a double, so let's get into the box. On the inside, we have a box full of probably the charger, remote control, maybe a tool, and then some foam and the board itself. This thing is not light. Right off the bat, this is not very skateboard shaped. If I saw something that looked like this, I would think it was like a cutting board maybe. It's kind of flat, no real concave. It's got a handle back here because if something is this heavy, I kind of want it to have a handle on it. Dual motors like I suspected, on button, power charging port. Even has a USB up here. I'm assuming you could charge your phone or maybe the actual controller for the board through there. Wheels seem okay, belt driven, so these are obviously gonna provide a lot of resistance. Trucks seem all right too, and everything seems to be enclosed, so the battery is internal there. You're not gonna be able to swap these or anything like that. Inside the box, you got a quick start guide, micro USB to charge the remote controller, a charger for the actual board, a little velvety bag to put all that stuff in, as well as a skate tool. I've got so many of these now. The outside of the box says nothing but electric skateboard, but on the inside here it says I fasten King Kong board. This is the King Kong board, I guess. This is probably the first time that I've gotten like a product straight from China, so the way they brand everything and like the different copyright type of laws over there, it always kind of confused me, but it is what it is. I'm gonna turn the remote on, I'm assuming with this button here, and then the board turn on with this button right here. Something's going on. Are those fans running? Can you hear that? I don't know what that sound is, but it sounds dangerous. According to the instructions, I'm on the fast mode right now, so let's see what this thing sounds like. I don't know, man. This thing, like, it's cool, but it has a super short wheelbase and it's like plasticky. Those motors sound crazy intense though, so there's a little bit of a kicktail. I have a feeling like if this thing picks up speed like any of the other boards that I have, you're just gonna be doing wheelies the whole time. So I guess I'm gonna have to do a video on this thing in the future. The sound that this is making right now though, and then the sound of the motors, if I'm gonna be honest, I'll be a little concerned for my safety once I ride this thing. All right, so that's the King Kong board. Video coming out on this sometime soon. It won't turn off. What the hell? All right, I don't know what's going on with this thing. I'm just gonna set it over in the corner and hope it doesn't explode. All right, next on the list is actually something I ordered, a little bit of foreshadowing as what's to come. A new phone case, but I don't have a Pixel 2 XL, so we're gonna have to take this mail time on the road. And you best believe I'm not riding that thing. right, so let me explain what was supposed to happen this past weekend when everything got all screwed up. I was supposed to be flying home back to Pennsylvania on Friday afternoon, specifically to go out on Saturday and film a bunch of Sunday gun days. Panda Tactical was driving all the way up to my private range from Maryland, but if you're from the Northeast, you'll know that they just got hit with a huge storm. It was like 60-mile-an-hour winds and snow and rain and ice, so it would not have been fun to film anyway. So early in the day on Friday, my flight got canceled. I tried everything that I could to get a flight home the next day as early as possible. I wanted to film more gun content, however, it just didn't happen. So long story short, everything that I just said is going to happen, hopefully, I'm praying, this Friday. Tonight, as I'm filming this, Pennsylvania's getting hit with a big storm. I think they're getting like over a foot even in some places, 11 to 14 inches, something like that. Regardless, it's not good for my travel plans, even if I'm going home 2-3 days after the fact. So as of right now, I'm hoping everything goes smoothly on Friday. I'll get home. I'll only be home for 36 hours. Panda Tactical is coming up to my private range with a bunch of guns. I'm picking up some new ones myself, and I'm gonna film as much gun content as I can. That way, over the next couple of weeks, I can hopefully be putting out Sunday gun days, because I know everyone's missing them. That's a story. It's not really that dramatic, but it just hurt me because I hate when plans go awry, especially when I have to film something. You are now arriving at your destination.
2 hours later.
Well, that didn't take long or anything. I'll talk to you guys back at the apartment. What up? I'm back. And I finally upgraded my phone. I've been talking about doing this for a long time. Every time I do an EDC update, I've been showing everyone my Nexus 6P. I got this phone back in 2015, I think is when it first released, and I broke one, bought another one, and I've been rocking the same phone ever since. Still works fine, but since I'm on my phone so much doing YouTube and emails and just everything that I do social media wise, I figured why not have one of the best phones out right now? So of course I went with the Google Pixel 2. Supposedly this should just work once the phone turns on, and yeah, I think it's working. I should probably make a phone call just to confirm.
What up?
Yo.
What's good?
You seem ready to record?
You told me you needed to be after 6:30.
I got a new phone, so I was just calling you to test it out. I don't actually want to talk to you. All right, bye. All right, phone is set up, ready to rock. New case to go with it. This is the same company who makes the case for my Nexus 6P, but this one is clear because this phone just looks so good that you don't want to take away from that by covering everything up with a case. Boom, there you have it. It's almost exactly the same size as my Nexus 6P, so I don't know if I'll really notice much of a difference other than the software, how much snappier it's gonna be. Way better camera, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I guess that's where I'm gonna end the video for today. I just wanted to kind of check up with you guys, let you know that I'm not dead. I'm still here making videos, but some stuff just gets in the way sometimes. So with all that being said, if you are new to this channel, consider clicking subscribe. I make new videos every week, and that's gonna be all for today. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.